A county family has been living through a nightmare for 5 years. It's a child-raising scenario so disturbing and so challenging, they decided to share their story to help others.
And what we've learned is there are many others with the same problem. John Hollenhorst is here with the story.
Well, it took Jay and Jodi Bean years to figure out why their new daughter brought anger and fear into the family and triggered maternal hate instead of love. Jodi has written a book to help others who may unknowingly be struggling with a rare condition called RAD. The emotional puzzle began 5 years ago. That's when Jay and Jodi Bean welcomed 4-year-old Victoria into their family, adopted from an orphanage in Belarus.
As far as her emotional needs, I honestly thought I just had to bring her here and give this girl all the love that she never had.
The orphanage seemed nice, but it wasn't long before they knew something horrible was wrong.
She was lying and she was sneaky and she was destructive. She would break her toys, she would rip her clothes, pull her hair out, she'll bite on her lips till they bleed.
She even threatened in detail how she would kill her new mom. Would she hit you?
Yeah, oh, absolutely. Bite, spit.
After raising 3 boys, Jodi considered herself a nurturing parent, but she just couldn't break through to Victoria.
Her emotions have been so shut down that the only emotions that I knew that she knew for sure was anger and fear.
How are you feeling?
Scared.
Through 5 years of therapy, some on horseback, Jodi finally fit the pieces of the puzzle together. The key was those first 4 years in the orphanage.
She never had a consistent caregiver. She didn't believe that her needs were going to be met. She literally thought she was going to die. There's no doubt. I have no doubts of that.
It's a rare psychiatric diagnosis, Reactive Attachment Disorder.
These are kids who biologically are feeling stressed all the time.
Doug Goldsmith of the Children's Center says RAD kids actually endure chemical changes and physical damage to the brain. It happens in their first couple of years when there's a shifting succession of caregivers and the kids form no parental bond.
And they don't go seek out mom. In fact, they don't even look up when they're cut and they're hurt because they've learned that there's no reason to go to adults for care.
In the U.S., they're sometimes born to drug-addicted parents, but families adopting internationally are at especially high risk if the kids are older than perhaps 2 or 3.
Most of these kids we're talking about are being raised in institutions outside the U.S.
There's often a tragic undercurrent of abuse and neglect in the orphanage.
So I have to think that there was definitely trauma, some intense trauma there.
Goldsmith says many dubious treatments have been promoted, none proven scientifically, some outright dangerous. But professional psychologists are beginning to come to grips with it.
We've seen many wonderful successes. The earlier we treat it, the better off we are.
For Jodi and Victoria, love slowly arrived through counseling, horse therapy, and intensely focused, highly structured parenting.
In the beginning, obviously, for the first 3 years, it was hard to love anything about her. But now I honestly can say I love everything about her because I've seen who she is.
Jodi Bean is self-publishing her book called Love Lessons, and she has a website to help other families. We have links to that and other RAD resources at ksl.com.
It's a powerful story, John. Thanks.
Yeah, great story.